Right, so in today's video, we're going to take a quick look at the Zman Rattle-Snaker. It's a new little gadget that started appearing on the tackle shelf racks, and I saw it in the tackle shop at the weekend and thought, do you know what? That is a gadget that I've always needed and didn't really know why. So let me talk you through where I'm currently at. I've been using rattles for a long time. Usually put them in the back end of my soft baits. Usually put them into the kind of rear of the paddle tails, like black minnow. Anything that's got a little bit thicker collar before the tail that's going to take a rattle. And I'll also stick them into big lures, like these big sand eel type lures. And you can even stick them in on a diagonal or vertical. And it just gives it that extra bit of attraction on a rough day. Maybe the fishing's tough and you're not sure. That rattle might make a difference. It just gives it that clacking sound, which you can hear there, that might make a difference on a tough day. Now, where I'm normally at, so not with a Zman lure, but with any other lure, if I want to put a rattle in, you've got to create a cavity to put it into. So I'll usually use a baiting needle or a bait spoke like this, which is this is from coarse fishing for boilies, or I'll use a drill bit and use like a small drill bit and work it in the back of the lure, just creating a bit of a point to insert the rattle. I'm not going to poke it into there because I don't want to, that's fresh, so I want to see how the insertion tool does. But yeah, what I normally have to do is then get the rattle in, a bit of super glue to hold it in place. And you get mixed results. You often come out the side of the lure. You often find that the lure rejects the rattle just because there's not enough room, so it starts squeezing the rattle back out, and it's just clumsy. And then Zman, who have come out with this, if you know their plastics, they're pretty much indestructible. I don't use them that often unless I really need to slow it down in the winter, and I'll use a TRD or a bug or something like that. But these baits, if you try and get anything in there, because it's so stretchy, it just rejects it. It's got like self-healing properties and it just won't take it. So the challenge Zman have got is that you can't, you know, even try and put that baiting needle in there, that's rejecting it. So they've created this insertion tool to allow you to get that rattle further down in the bait. What we're also going to have a look at is, will it retro take some existing rattles that I've already got? So these are some rattles out of my box. I'm going to see kind of how well this takes it. So let's have a look at the product quickly. So there's a how-to guide on the back. You can scan that QR code. It will take you to a video. Zman will talk you through how to use the bait, the needle. So what have we got? So it looks like it pulls into two. You've got a plunger, and then you've got a bit of a needle with a protector. That rubber tube's there to protect that sharp point. And I'd be careful where you store this, because you don't want that digging into your back, out of your rucksack or anything like that if that tube slips off. We've got this bit, which will be the plunger to push the rattle in. And this is quite neat, actually. You can hear there, the rattles are contained within. So it actually comes with 10 rattles. When I was having a quick look at it before the light come up, accidentally, I left that open. So while I was trying it out, I tipped all the rattles on the floor. So probably important to remember that when you take a single rattle out, which I'm going to do now, just to close that lid up, otherwise you're going to end up with them all over the floor. Right, I'll set that to one side a minute. And I guess what we will do is we'll stick on Zman. Not really interested in the Zman like solution for myself, but I guess some of you watching it might be. So the idea is that you insert the needle into the lure and push it right in, trying to keep it as central as you can. This is the first time I've done it, so it's going to be tricky, but let's learn together. So that needle's in now. There's then a small hole in there, and this is where you're going to sight your rattle. So your rattle is going to go in, and it's gone straight down that hole already. We've then got the plunger, which we're going to push in. I'm going to wait for that click, pull that out, holding the back, and my rattle is in there. I can feel it sighted right down there, actually. If you can see that on the camera there, but there's the rattle. So it's put it quite a way in. Brilliant. Okay, so that was actually really easy. That is not going to happen. So just for a bit of context, if I try and do it with a baiting needle from the other end, so I'm going to poke that in. So I've created a hole. You see my needle's right in there now. I'm going to try and push one of my own rattles in, and it's just not going to take it. Yeah. This is not me trying to sell the product, by the way. I bought these products. I'm not sponsored by them. If anything, you could class me as a competitor. So just to show you how neat this is, that bait is rejecting that rattle. It will not take it. So that's really cool. If you're only going to use it for Z-Man alone, that's a winner. Let's just try it with some other stuff. So, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try it with a couple of other baits. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because it looks like I'm sold on it already. So I've got another rattle out. I'm going to take my needle off, put the plunger down. I'm going to get the needle. What should I stick it in? Will it fit? That needle's quite big against some of the baits. If you look there, like that's just going to split that lure, so it'll be no good for that. This black minnow looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert that into there. Try and keep it central. Okay, so that's in. I'm going to take my rattle, just so you can see the needle is in. You remember what I was saying about it splitting when I was doing it my way as well? This seems to have managed to keep it intact. The rattle's gone in straight down the tube. And push this plunger down to get that click. I'm going to take it out. And the rattle is in. You can see I've had a bit of a mare there. You see I've come through the side. It's really difficult to do because I'm looking through the foam. But I think with a bit more care and attention, you know, that is really tight. I'm not sure. It's going to be really good for certain baits, but on that one, it was a bit of a fail from my side. I don't know. Maybe we'll look at something else. So I looked at this Kitech one actually. So this is a really big swim bait. It won't fit in there. So I guess the only place you could really do it on this one is underneath. So when this is giving that kind of wobble side by side, you're still going to get a bit of a rattle if you would stick it in diagonally. So what I'd probably do with a bait like this one is I would go in here. Where is it going to fit? That needle's going to fit there. Let's come in the back through here. Get it right in there. I can see that's in enough now. So because it's translucent, I can see it's gone far enough in. So I'm going to use one of my existing rattles actually. I'm going to drop that in there. That's gone straight down the chute. Get my plunger, stick my plunger in. And the rattle is in there. You can see actually where it's made that insertion. And the rattle is really deep in there. Cool. I don't know what I was doing then. I was tapping it thinking the rattle was still on there, but as you can see the point's gone. So, final one. Let's have a look. Got a big fish eel, pollock fishing lure. I thought these had a rattle chamber in, but maybe not. So what I'll probably do in one of these, get it in there somewhere. I'm going to stick it in diagonally again. So part them, insert that point in there. I'm going to take another one of my own rattles, just pop it in, give it a little shake. That should have gone in. Yes, it has. That's in there. Slide that in. Off I go. Take that out. Rattles in there. Good to go. And again, you can see there where I inserted it. And it's up into the belly of the lure. Perfect. Do you know what? This tool is absolutely brilliant. I am going to say that it's surprised me. Often you get gadgets and they're not great, but this one is a really handy tool. I like the fact that you can store your rattles there because you guarantee I'm going to lose them. When I'm on a boat, I normally got the rattles in a box, but do you know what? If I've got them in there, I know they fit. One of the other things that Z-Man say you can use these for is to attach nail weights. Now, I just can't find my tungsten nail weights at the minute, so I'm not going to show it. But do you know what? I think the tungsten would sit in there quite nicely again. And that is that. $14.99, I think it was, from Todd Banana. Got to be worth every penny in it, just for the hassle factor. Well done, Z-Man. If you enjoyed that, thanks for watching. Please drop me a comment. Please like and subscribe. See you again.